Deep in a Victorian rainforest, a wild male superb lyrebird opens his beak and produces the precise mechanical whine of a chainsaw. He follows it seamlessly with the rhythmic blast of a car alarm and finishes with the rapid-fire motor drives of several camera shutters. 70 to 80% of everything an adult male lyrebird sings is a direct imitation of something else. The accuracy is absolute. In one documented case, a wild lyrebird performed an impression of a laughing-kookaburra, and a real kookaburra immediately answered him. His throat operates as a living acoustic mirror, reflecting the exact audio reality of his environment back into the trees. The stage for this performance is southeastern Australia, spanning from the southern tip of Victoria up into southeastern Queensland. Between 1934 and 1954, to safeguard the species during an era of widespread land clearing, a secondary population was released in southern Tasmania. The birds navigate subtropical and temperate rainforests, as well as the bright, sunlit canopy of wet and dry sclerophyll forests. Today, these specific, historically protected forest corridors serve as isolated, acoustically rich theaters where the lyrebird's mimicry develops and thrives. The mechanism behind this mimicry lies in the syrinx. The lyrebird possesses more independently controlled muscles here than any other songbird. It pushes air through the left and right sides independently, reproducing two completely overlapping sound sources at exactly the same time. This immediate, split-second vocal flexibility sits in stark contrast to the bird's physical maturation. A male requires 7 to 9 years of slow growth just to reach sexual maturity. Only then does he produce his full ornamental display tail, reaching up to 70 centimeters in length. It is constructed of 16 specialized feathers, including 2 outer S-shaped lyrates and 12 fine silvery filamentaries. For nearly a decade, while that tail grows, the male is constantly refining and sharpening his vocal repertoire. The performance is the result of unparalleled vocal hardware, paired with an immense, years-long physical investment. Juvenile lyrebirds do not learn their material directly from the original sources. They copy their songs from older lyrebirds. Because of this generational chain, an imitation of a specific sound can persist in a local population long after the original source has vanished. In 2013, a wild lyrebird recording was added to the Sounds of Australia registry. The audio features the bird perfectly reproducing workmen, chainsaws, and the electronic alert tones of a children's shooting game. The physical ability to do this dates back millions of years. Fossils from the Riverslea deposits in Queensland trace the lyrebird family back to the early Miocene, roughly 15 million years ago. The exact anatomical hardware enabling today's acoustic mimicry predates the human machinery it now copies by millions of years. The lyrebird uses a prehistoric evolutionary adaptation to archive the fleeting noises of the modern, encroaching world. While it dominates the canopy with sound, the lyrebird is heavily grounded in the physical dirt of the forest floor, operating as a powerful and destructive soil mover. Its daily labor consists of hunting through the upper soil layers, aggressively scratching the earth to extract invertebrates like earthworms, spiders, and centipedes. The physical impact of this foraging is massive. A single bird can disturb and bury up to 200 tons of leaf litter and topsoil per hectare per year. This continuous scratching directly accelerates nutrient cycling in the soil and severely reduces the dry fuel loads that would otherwise feed bushfires. The forest's most exacting acoustic archivist doubles as its hardest-working physical architect. Narrating the BBC series The Life of Birds in 1998, David Attenborough described the lyrebird's vocal repertoire as the most elaborate, the most complex, and the most beautiful. Yet the voice that earns those superlatives is, by design, almost entirely a reproduction of other voices. Through the winter breeding season, the male stands on the circular dirt mounds he has scratched into the forest floor, singing a complex repertoire he did not invent. He acts purely as a curator. He holds the collective memory of the bowerbird, the kookaburra, and the chainsaw in his throat.